Marcus Mariota and the Chicago Bears versus Deshaun Watson and the Minnesota Vikings.
Now, the good news is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerge from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And off we go from Soldier Field. The return man, Wilson. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they're led out by the former number 2 overall pick from Oregon. In his 7th season now, it's Marcus Mariota.
When I was watching film this week, I had to write a note to myself. 3 touchdown passes in an NFL game deserves respect, not ho-hum just because they throw it around all the time, and he got his respect. NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, that's the ultimate vote of confidence from a week ago. Hey, look, he was great, not his best game ever, but obviously was very good to garner that award. All the talk this week, though, was about let's take that forward now. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. Mariota to throw it. Caught by Snead over the middle. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. A gain of 4, not enough. And it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led by a 3-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season. It's Deshaun Watson.
And I like his honesty, because when we sat down with him, I mean, he was the first one to say that was on me last week. A really poor performance. Way too many interceptions. Didn't find the end zone throwing the ball. Put his defense and his special teams in some real jeopardy. But somehow they won the game.
They won.
Yeah, what I loved about it is when he told us about the defense kind of corralling him in the locker room and said, all right, well, man, we're not going to do that again this week, are we?
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Here's Watson. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. This defense for the Bears, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for them to escape the pocket and run. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long. Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Watson on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. throwing on third down. Watson. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. But Deshaun Watson, when you think about the toughest quarterbacks in the league to game plan against, he's got to be in your top 5, does he not?
And when you talk about game planning, putting him in the top 5, that's an easy call because he can make every throw. That's not an issue at all. He has great touch delivering the football. But that mobility, that added dimension, when he escapes the pocket and those receivers find their way open, short, medium, and long, he finds the right guy. Last but not least, his toughness. He can stand in the pocket, take a hit, and deliver.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Play action, it's Watson. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Extra point try good by Gano, and that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown, here to kick it away. From his end zone, Wilson. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And Thomas seems to be in some pain. He's still on the ground. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their second straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A give, Dobbins trying the right side. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Mariota's throw pulled in by Kittle. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Throwing is Mariota. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Now Mariota. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll hand it off to Wilson. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Here's Mariota. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Mariota to throw for it on 4th. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And the Vikings are going to get it back here just past the 35. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Dancing to his left. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. Will Fuller. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Gano the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even
under pressure, and they got to him again. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down.
Mike 46. Mike 46. Let's go, defense. Our time.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Returnable for Grant. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. 19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And finally he's taken down at the 18. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Kick is right through, and that will do it for this first half. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was the Colts who were able to come away with the home victory. Carson Wentz leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's get to Philadelphia as we check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were winners in their...
Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Watson's throw into the hands of Andrews. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he will have a Vikings first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
On the jet sweep, here comes Fuller. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. You talk about catching a defense off guard. They were not expecting jet sweep at all there.
Well, he was 10 yards downfield before the defense even knew what hit him. So a really good play call against a defense that was set up for them to gain big yardage. And how about how they executed the handoff there? That means they spent some time with the wide receivers taking handoffs from the quarterbacks.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. Once more, here's Eckler. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and make...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Marlon Mack hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly, allowed him easy access to the end zone.
Extra point try good by Gano, and the lead is now 24. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more...
There he goes left side. Past the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Chris Godwin, 79 yards. And the Bears cut into that lead. Up to the line, Mariota. His guys will go for 2 here. Mariota will look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that what
he would have kept it on the ground.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. 20! Touchdown, Vikings! Will Fuller, his second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Gano the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Now it's Wilson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want.
Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
After the interception, here's Watson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force it. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Throwing again is Watson. Looking for Andrews again. He's got him this time. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, you know, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
50's the mic. 50's the mic. You remember me? You remember me?
Again, it's Watson. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Vikings get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Extra point try good by Gano. And that will extend this big lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Mariota. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing, Mariota. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Mariota now to throw on first down. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Second down, this is Wilson. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Jeff Wilson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Gostkowski with the extra point, and that will cut this lead down to 25. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone.
Well, not exactly a banner return. So he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
From his goal line here, Watson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Watson's throw taken in here by Fuller. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Watson on target here to Fuller. 7 yards the pickup there. They fake the handoff. Now Keenum. Oh, Keenum has it knocked away. It's loose. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. The defense. They were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
Now, don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Even with him busting through the contact, he'll still be stopped just inside the 35. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2nd and 6. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Mariota's throw taken in by Snead. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Mariota on first down. Flush to his right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. From the 24, Mariota. Snead's got it. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Mariota from the gun on third down. A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
December.
December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. It got his man complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Gano the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Mariota's throw there, hauled in by Claypool. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mariota, it's complete to Snead. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Mariota. And that's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
46, boys, 46. 46 to Mike.
From the gun, Mariota. Smith catches left side. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Mariota on 3rd and 2. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Minnesota, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the L.A. Rams. Meanwhile, for the Bears, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.